Okay, this is a Khan Academy assignment. I think it's called, or it's called, Model with Composite Functions. Okay, they're not so bad. You just have to be careful how you compose things. Duro has an ice cream stand which she opens on days that are forecasted to be warmer than 10 degrees Celsius. Okay, when open for business, her daily profit P is a function of the number of cones she sells, N. Okay, and can be modeled by the function P of n. Additionally, she finds that the number of cones she sells, C, is a function of the average temperature T in degrees Celsius and can be modeled by the function C of T. Write or find an explicit expression that gives her profit on a day with an average temperature of T degrees Celsius. Okay, so they want me to find that gives a profit. So we know we want money, so that's a good thing, right? So we want our function, the last function, to be P, okay, and then we're going to put in the cost function C of T. Let me write that. Yeah, that was fine. Okay. All right, so we just move along. So P of C of T, which is 50 plus 10T minus 10. Okay, with parentheses here, excuse me, watch those parentheses. And then, of course, we have to P it, 2 times open parentheses, because that's where the N is. Put in the 50 plus 10, T minus 10, and then what do we have to do to it? We have to subtract 20. So we have this hot mess to clean up. I guess the question is, why did I compose P with C and not vice versa? Well, because I wanted my expression to give out a profit. So P is the one that's going to give out the money, and C is the one that says over at some time T, the temperature will be C degrees Celsius. And then since N is the number of cones she sells, and what does C do? She finds the number of cones she sells, C. So C will give out a function in terms of time that will equal your N, your number of cones. So instead of calling it C of T, I guess you could call it N of T, but C is standing for the number of cones, or N of T you could use for the number of cones. So one more time, just to think of it correctly, given a certain time, I can tell you how many cones that I will use, and then I'll put that number of cones into how much I can charge my profit function to tell you how much I'm going to make. If all that confuses you, at the very least, you can just realize they're asking for a profit with an average, so that you might be able to see it there, that you want money at the end, so you want your last thing to be P. Okay, I tried. So here we go. 2 times 50 plus, distribute that 10, 10T minus 100, shut it down, subtract 20. I'll combine like terms here, so that's a negative 50 plus 10T, all that minus 20. And then I'm going to distribute that 2, and I'll get a negative 100 plus 20T minus 20. So let's see. Negative 120 plus 20T. And I guess I can just fix it up and write it as 20T minus 120. Okay, so you might want to look at this function in a certain way. I mean, it's pretty steep, right? That slope is 20, negative 120. So it's almost like, how many cones do you have to even sell before you make a profit, right? Because right now, if you're selling some down here, your output's still negative. So that's an interesting question nonetheless. So that should work out. Put that in and let me know if that's the right answer. Okay.